What's happening? What's happening, everybody? Thought it was about time I did a long-term review video, as yeah, 3 years very soon that I would have owned Daisy, and yeah, I just feel like I've been through enough scenarios. I get enough people asking me on Instagram loads of different questions, just ergonomics, is it quick, does it handle well, is it a good beginner bike, and I'm going to try and address these not too briefly, but you know, get to these points throughout this video as well. Where to start? So for those of you watching this that don't subscribe, so I've had this 3 years, 25,000 miles in the saddle. Would have been more, but I bought a Speed Triple R and put 10 on that. So yeah, it's been pretty solid. It's been pretty solid as a sports bike, and as it's a Triumph, they don't have the best reputation for see, all the girls like a bike, don't they? They all love them. Yeah, anyway, they haven't got the best reputation for reliability, but I promise you, out of all the modern Triumphs I've had, and that's kind of technically 3 if you include Mrs. Double D's Street Triple, engine wise, they've all been bomb proof, man. They literally haven't skipped a beat. And I say engine wise, I mean this thing I say hasn't skipped a beat, but lest we forget, cracked frame gate. Sorry, thank you. So I'll link the video. So basically, the frame was cracked in a really abnormal fashion as well. So it's not because I'm a fat bastard. See, other than that, she's been pretty solid. There's been no issues. So I'll go through sort of bike ergonomics, the commuter side of things, you know, track side of things, all that kind of shit, and hopefully it helps everybody make their own informed decision. So I'm a lofty 5'9", 10, hardly lofty, but basically this bike is perfect size for me, genuinely the perfect size for me. I can ride it for a while and not get too uncomfortable. It is a sports bike, so you know, don't expect to be blessed with really soft suspension and, you know, a Harley seat, because you're not going to get it. But on the flip side of that, the seat is pretty comfy. It's a very focused sports bike, you know, you're putting a lot of weight on your wrists. Yeah, I mean, what more do you need to say? It's, if you're over 5'11", I think that you're going to struggle on this thing. A few of my mates who are all taller than me that have had a go have all said it's just too small. Like, you know, you just get cramped up instantly on it. So yep, I'll let you all make your own decisions on that. And so commuting wise, I commuted on this for a couple of years and I really liked it, you know. Didn't really have too many problems at all, you know. Like I say, if you, like, I'd kind of tend to do between 70 and 150 miles a day on it, and that was like a mixture of A roads, town, like London town, motorways, and you know, at the end of a 150 mile day, I'd sit there and feel it. Like, it would be like, oh fucking hell, it's taking it out of me. Look at these things, man. Awesome. I'm gonna pull over and carry on. If you're willing to, you know, compromise yourself because you need, or you want a sports bike but can't afford 2 bikes, so like a commuter and you know, like something that's your weekend toy, track toy, then yeah, it will do the job, definitely. There's much better bikes out there for it, but again, yeah, it will do the job. It's dead narrow, so it's good for squeezing through traffic in town, things like that. The triple engine makes it wicked for low speed manoeuvring, things like that. You know, you don't have to keep the revs up to sort of crack on. Oh, it's a bit tight on my chin. Yeah, so commuting wise it is good, but you've got to be willing to accept the kind of compromises of a sports bike, if you like. So weekend fun. Do I really need to go into this? No. It's amazing, it's perfect. If you want a 600 sports bike, there isn't a better one out there, and you can all sit there and give it the R6 this and, you know, ZX6R that. It just, I don't give a fuck. Like, this would wipe the floor with a pair of them. So yeah, I won't go too much into that. It handles like a dream, like, and I'll tell you what, with these Rossos on here, like, just these tyres are wicked, man. People should look into these. They were quite weird at first. They got quite a high centre, and you really actually notice it. But once you sort of learn to live with that and master it a little bit, it makes it worth it. They're wicked tyres. Track wise, fucking hell, amazing. Go watch one of the track videos. You know, I've only done 2 track days in my life, and this thing will, if you can, you know, give it the time to master it, you'll be dicking R1s and shit like that, and people that can't ride them as hard as they'd like to. You know, there's not much that light a candle to this on track, and even a lot of the guys that instructors and, you know, all the guys that have got their own small hire bike companies for track days have all got one in this shape as well, or even the shape before, and they'll tell you the same thing, right? You know, no one keeps near them on 1000cc stuff around tracks at all. So yeah, mods wise, I say not too much, but there's a lot of cosmetic bits. So I'll go through cosmetics first. So screen, pinstripes. I kind of got all these bits done blue in the end, and the tail, because where I'd done so many miles on it, the tail used to be white. Where I'd done so many miles on it, it was just destroyed. Like, it stone chipped the white. So got a mate to spray it blue to match the bottom. Got him to do the eyelids. I've done the pinstriping as well, so it kind of sets it apart in that fashion. Pazzo levers, I kind of guess they're performance-y, if you like. Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, took the mirrors off, got some levers. Oh yeah, just got things like the front fork protectors, crash casings, these as well from Triumph. They look so much better than any other one that you can buy, them crash protectors. What else? Obviously tail tidy, goes without saying. Integrated tail light as well. Yeah, indicators, if that counts. Yeah, that's that side of things. The brace fit and the quick shifter are only the real performance mods that it's had. And if you want to sort of see how quick, I say these are, you know, I'm just going to say my one, because I don't know what these things perform like without the race fit on or whatever. But if you want to see how this one performs, a good comparison is against Jamwheel's 899 when he was test riding it. You know, this thing does shift. Just the other day, me and MotoWiki had a sort of little play up to speed on a private closed road, and you know, up to 100, like, it just, you know, even he said, like, fucking hell mate, you're beating my R1 up to 100, like, and then obviously it does just not run out of guts, but it's, you know, horsepower prevails, and an R1 will leave it in the dust. So yeah, she's been solid. It's been a good bike, and you know, I hope this kind of gives people an insight into. Oh, actually, before I summarise everything, beginner bike, I really wouldn't buy this as a beginner bike, not unless you know how reserved you are. Like, you can't. I'd just suggest to anybody, don't jump on a 600 as a first bike. It's, you know, learn on something less. You know, it doesn't matter if you turn up to a meet with something slightly faster than someone else. You know, I don't mean whoever can ride it. Just, yeah, chill. So many people ask me that, should I get this as a first bike? No, don't. Yeah, other than that, I suppose that kind of covers everything. Suspension's fine, actually. Suspension does alright for sort of road use and track use. Actually, I haven't had it set up. It was something I was going to get done. But yeah, it's I think that's pretty much everything, really. It's a wicked bike, and unfortunately the reason I'm doing this review is because she's going. Yes, shock and awe, she's unfortunately getting traded in, and you know, don't really need to be a rocket scientist to figure out what I'm getting. You're looking at cunty chops. Yeah, you don't need to be a rocket scientist to figure out what I'm getting, but unfortunately I am now commuting into town every day, and this just don't cut it anymore. I can't be hunched over and dying with backache and whatever, especially stop start in London traffic. It's just can't do it. So unfortunately she's getting traded in, and this is quite possibly her last ride, and it's quite a fitting day for it. So yeah, that's that. Sort of long-term thoughts on Daytona ownership, if you like. She's been amazing. I genuinely might shed a tear when I have to leave her at the dealership. But yeah, if they bring out a 765, I will be fucking on it. So other than that, I'm gonna go enjoy her for a bit. Thanks for watching as always, and I guess I'll see ya with the new bike. Latest, people.